What is up, everyone? My name is Vlad, the crypto trader, part of the Be Independent tribe, and today we're going to do something a bit different. We're going to learn how to scan the market. Obviously, there's no correct way of doing it. This is just the way I do it, and I decided to share today with you. And for that, we're going to need two things. So first, we're going to need TradingView, as always, because TradingView is a really nice tool in case you look at the charts regularly. And then gonna need an exchange where you're gonna retrieve all the traded pairs on that exchange. So in this case, we're gonna go with Binance, mainstream, I know, but also gives you a lot of trading pairs. So that's really what we're looking for here. And in this case, we're gonna select BTC, could be BNB, could be versus USD. Doesn't really matter for the sake of this video. The reason why I'm actually not logged into my TradingView account is that we're gonna need some extra help rather than just using the free version. Because to make a list with all of these trading pairs in your TradingView account, you need to actually have at least the pro version. So that's the paid version, and they have this Black Friday sale, as we can see here. Um, in this case, the Pro version, which is the cheaper one, which is the one I have, it's 40% off. It's at $100 for a whole year. I don't think it's that much in my opinion, and you know, kind of my words are matching my actions because I've actually purchased it. I think it's really helpful. It provides you enough information to help you with your trading. There are some more expensive ones. They're like you can have more alerts. You can use them like on two platforms at the same time. But that's too over the top for me. Just go with the simple one. You can also pay monthly if that's what you're looking for, kind of a subscription thing. So for the purpose of this video, it's definitely required, and that's why I brought it up. But then now I need to sign in into my account. All right, and we're gonna go any ticker, whatever. Just need to go to the chart section. Taking a bit. That's all right. Okay. So we are in front of the charts. A bit crowded. Disclaimer: this is not going to be a Bitcoin technical analysis chart. Not for me today. Usually, I don't even chart Bitcoin that much. But in any case, so as you can see in this list on the right hand side at the top, you are able to create a new list. And that's exactly what we're going to do. And that's how you create these existing lists. So we're going to create it. Let's call it Binance pairs versus BTC. So that's exactly what that is. And we're going to save it. And this is where we're taken. And here are all the trading pairs that Binance offers versus BTC. And so the thing about this, what is really helpful about this process is that you could also go over the charts on the Binance user interface as well. But the thing is, it takes a really long time for the charts to load. And on TradingView, that process is much faster. So, if you add all of the trading pairs, and there's like 200 of them, at the end of the day, you're saving much more time if you're doing it on TradingView rather than on Binance or actually on most exchanges. So that's why we're doing this, partly. So the most effective way to do this actually is to put these side by side, and then we'll literally, and after a couple of tries, I think you'll get what I'm doing here. So I'm literally going one by one and adding it to my watch list. And what that will enable me to do at a later point is literally just log into my TradingView, and here are all the trading pairs that are available on Binance. So technically, I don't even need to log in to Binance to chart, just to trade, right? Also, in case you're thinking, what is this red marker? These go into the red list, and we'll see how I use it later in this video as well. But these are just the setups that interest me the most. So in this case, I follow XRP and ETH because they're market leaders, so they're the big caps. So I kind of just have to follow them really. But data, for example, a couple days ago, it had interesting price action, and I thought it would be relevant for me to to keep in touch, to keep watching it for a while. Um, and so that's what you do. For example, in case I wanted to follow Link because I think Link price action is looking good. Why did I click there? But you got my point. I just added here, and now it'll be at the bottom of my red list. So that's exactly how it works. No, I don't want these actually. Previous tries. So now, I when I log into my TradingView, I already know that from my previous market scan, Link is something that interests me. So I should definitely check out the Link chart because it might actually provide a trading opportunity. So let's take that off. And so you would add these one by one. A bit of patience, but it's a one-time process, and then it'll be here. Not forever, but for a really long time. For the sake of this tutorial, we're going to use the Binance BTC, which is exactly the same as contains exactly the same trading pairs as in this list. So you're going to go here, and at the same time, we can just delete this one. So we don't need Binance anymore, and what we have is this really long list of trading pairs. And you know, uh, unless you have a bot, there's really no secret to it. You just need to go pair by pair and check if the price action is doing something you would like it to do. And at first, it's kind of tricky if you don't know what you're looking for. But over time, you should tell if a chart is interesting, in 10, 15 seconds, maybe even less. And and if you have it all in one place, it definitely saves you a lot of time. Um, we can do it right now, for example. So not really. And the thing is, of course, I would like to provide a comment on almost every chart, but some of them just look terrible. So if I'm silent for some time, it's because I just have nothing to say, because the chart just doesn't provide any great information. Some pumps. Yeah, some of these altcoins definitely lack liquidity as well. Nano kinda looks alright. Actually, might be a second. Maybe. So again, you see, so this is a chart that caught my attention, and I'm just gonna save it so I can go. So later I can go over it a bit better. And then we continue. Damn, what happened here? Missed that train. Happens. Yeah. In my view, you should do the market scan, maybe on the daily, 4 hour, 2 hours is a bit, yeah, I don't usually do it. This just contains a bit too much data, if you're viewing it at first sight, in my opinion. I usually do it on the on the 4 hour. But right here, looking like a squeeze right here. So we're gonna follow that one, that's for sure. So as you can see, there's really no secret to it. So yeah, TNT didn't really share the setup. I did share it in my last video. Yeah, I provided a second entry potential here. Some nice volume coming through, but still staying out of it. Just watching, just watching the price action. That's also fine. Teach. Sometimes you miss them. Look, there it was. Really nice squeeze. Strong trending here. I'll save it just for the sake of maybe a setup will appear in the future. It's a strong trending market. Look how it's reacting on a 15-minute time frame. It's just bouncing off this 100 MA. 100? Is it 200 MA? 200 MA on the 15 minutes really strongly. So, you know, definitely worth my attention here, for example. And if you don't understand why it's worth my attention, that's fine. The reason is because let's go back. It's a really strong trend right now, and so a strong trend um, will usually continue. And so what I'm looking for here, once it's in my red list, so in my watch list, is to see what the price action does. Most of the times, the price action will do something you do not expect it to do, and that's fine. But at least you gave it the chance. Arc, wow, what happened to this? Kinda, but nah, I'm gonna pass. And why arc? Why I didn't select arc? First of all, just like look at these wicks. It looks terrible, especially if you zoom out. So on the daily, for example, it just looked like garbage. Like rejection. You can't even figure if it's buying or selling pressure. Look at this one, like this last day. It's not trending. So you want either to select a good looking setup, which in a non-trending market, or just trending markets or trending coins. And a lot of them look like this, pretty weak for now. Hmm. ZRX, huh? Nah, I'm gonna leave it. Amp. This one was I was following already, a couple of times. It looks like we could redraw it. I'll post the chart later, but it looks better. It looks better than before. So it's in my watch list because it matters to me. So once I see too many wicks, it just like it should. You shouldn't lose too much energy on it. Yes. This is too high, and this is too low. Yeah, could be a squeeze in here, but I'm gonna pass it. It's just nope. So you see uh, how long it's taking me? Not even 5 seconds. So it at some point it'll be the same for you. Like I have no doubt about it. It's just how much time you stare in front of the charts, and you really need to know what you're looking for. Again. That coming back alive. If this is the local top and could be the beginning of another squeeze. Of, that was trending really strongly. Was it a couple of weeks back? So you know you need to get rid some of that sell pressure before moving forward. So could be an interesting follow up. And this is really where you need to be patient sometimes because some days you got no setups, and that's part of it. And again, depending on your trading strategy, right? Because I'm looking for one thing, someone else might be looking for another thing. So also keep that in mind. Boy. Okay. Oh, similar to fuel, kinda here with the squeeze. Also, point of control, really in the middle. It's nice. Nice to see. Oh, fun. Versus BTC looks really nice. Here it is. Worth a follow. Worth a follow. Sometimes it's really hard to chart these low set coins. It just doesn't have enough movement in them for you to get any valuable information. So then you need to go to the USDT pair, and then it becomes clear what the chart is doing. No, I'll stay out. I like this impulse, but it just looks like it's just holding on to this line. It's a grind line. 1, 2, 3, 4, and just like it's looking for a break, in my opinion, to the downside. Of course, I could be wrong with this analysis. Could skyrocket next day. That's all right. And in this market scan today, I thought that ends didn't look good. Um, you know, there are there are dozens of other opportunities out there to be traded. Rand was following it, but getting weak. So too close to this low right here for my liking. Needs to bounce, or we'll get off the watch list. Very few ones are strongly trending. It's just a random pump here and there, and just like sideways and downside continuation. It's just PPT as well. So also squeezing. I think last should be last consolidation before moving forward. Looks really nice as well. Zen is already gone. Also on my watch list. MCO. Huh. Alright. Let's see what you can do. Yeah, I like it. I think it was a scam coin, wasn't it? Monaco. They had like a card which didn't actually work. In any case, market makers doing a good job. Mm, no. Yeah, I just select nano. Yeah, here. And just went nuts. Maybe for example, in the end case, I could also add it to my watch list, but not in this case. I already have enough sufficient cases to follow. Okay, the LT looks alright. For to see that, we will need to zoom in a bit. Looks really nice. It's a really nice squeeze on a low time frame. We'll see where that gets us. Yeah, I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Wait. Let's go back to the 2 hour. You see just a bit more information to get those short-term squeezes sometimes. Mm, zoom out a bit more. I was looking on a shorter time frame, but we've cleared this low, so biased to just let it go. So there's quite a lot. I'm actually gonna stop right here, but you get the point. So you just need to go over it. It should take you, you know, from half an hour to an hour usually, and then you'll have your list. You'll have such, the length of this list will vary depending on how thorough you are and how careful you are in selecting your setups. If you're just looking for the fully developed setups, then you'll have two or three options. The thing is, you also want to kind of have the setups that will um, and you can take them in the future. So when you're scanning the market, you're not just scanning for the present, you're also scanning kind of for the future days and for what the future price action could into what the future price action could develop. So that could be tricky sometimes. And even having this watch list, I still miss setups. I missed Zen, for example. Zen was really, I shared this within our community on Discord, which by the way is under my Twitter account these days. You can just go into my Twitter at @binttribe, and this is just a direct invitation link to our Discord. So I shared this one uh, before, and yeah, just missed the entry right here. You know, sometimes happens. Just wasn't looking at the charts when the price action formed, and yeah, missed it and never returned. Um, yeah, also happens. So have that in mind. A watch list is really useful. It will really improve your trading, especially. But it is not everything, and you will miss setups regardless. You will miss opportunities because there are so many. You can't catch them all, and always keep in mind also the risk reward of your setup and your capital allocation. So this has been a longer video than usual, but I hope if you went through it all, that you took some value out of it. And I think this is the type of video you just need to go through it once to understand how to actually do this properly. So again, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel to let me know if this kind of content provides you any value. And I hope to see you the next time around. Take care.